What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I want to talk about how the arena meta will change in the next couple of weeks with the introduction of the new bolster set. The shield set is back, is here to stay, its return is imminent and is more powerful than ever. For whoever is not familiar what a bolster set is basically a shield set protected. It cannot be removed by anyone in the entire game and is there for 3 turns on your entire team. So you need to find a solution to the problem, right? We gotta find some champions that are gonna deal with this problem. That's what I wanna focus in today's video. Champions that will see a value surge. Now, if you guys managed to see the video that I just posted around an hour ago, I explained how the bolster set interacts in the game, how it interacts with the old shield, with the champions that can increase the shield or extend the duration of buffs, etc. And how exactly the bolster set is putting the bomb champions back in the vault. So the bomb champions are very effective against Stone Skin, but if you're combining Stone Skin and a bolster set, they become pretty damn useless. And we gotta look at different sort of options. What other options we actually have in the game. Now, before we move over to talk about all that, if you guys enjoyed the music you hear in the video, I just want to let you know I partnered up with Soundstripe. They have an amazing music library. So if you're a content creator, a music enthusiast, you're looking for some new music just to jam while you're at the gym, to use on your content, on your streams, definitely head over and check them out. The link will be in the description down below. Plus, I can save you 15% on checkout on any subscription when you're using code Skratch. Now, what champions can deal with the shield? How I mentioned, nobody can strip it. No Madame Series, no Suzerain Khatoon, even though it says he can remove shield, etc. But this one cannot be removed. So if you're gonna go on hellhades.com, you're gonna be able to see the list with all the champions that ignore the shield, okay? So even though we cannot remove it, we can make it that it is not there. We can basically ignore it. We don't have that many options, so hopefully Plarium, they are planning to bring in some new champions. They're planning to buff some old champions or something, because we're gonna need to have a solution to the new bolster set. We have Baron, Faceless, Rowanas, Genzin, Longbeard. We have a few epics, rares, and my ultimate favorite, Death Hound, the common champion from the Undead Horde. Probably I'm gonna build 3 of those and just wreck the entire arena. Just messing with you guys. It's actually pretty fun, but definitely not worth it. So not every one of these champions is actually gonna be good. So I just wanna cover the champions that are kind of like gonna be amazing. And if a lot of you guys haven't actually bought the fragments from the clan shop for Ayanica, I strongly suggest you to start cracking on it. Don't waste your time. Go and buy those fragments, because Ayanica, she might be the best option or one of the best options. Actually, I'm gonna go right here. I do have a Ayanica myself. She's built as well. Let me just find it. So she's built on a Savage. The whole idea with her is that this skill right here, Elven Judgment, okay, attacks all enemies, will ignore shield buffs. Now, all around Ayanica, she's not gonna hit extremely hard with this skill. She doesn't have crazy high multipliers on it, and the rest of the skills are gonna be pretty decent. Now, if you manage to have some sort of champions to reset her skills, to use it again, she's definitely gonna be pretty damn solid, because it's an AoE, ignores shield buffs, and is guaranteed there. You know that you're gonna be able to have access to this skill as soon as you just click on the champion. It's not a secret skill. And why am I talking about that? You're gonna find out in just a second. Increases ally attack in all battles by 30%. The A1 can become AoE if you're under a veil. So either you can pair her like maybe in a Ghost second team with a Duchess or a Rector Dread, or just purely rely on using her A2 first and then move over to the other skill, because she is granting an extra skill right here. Ayanica, all around, she is a pretty powerful champion. I really like her. I used to run her for quite a while, a year ago, around there. She was very solid. Now, I have her built on a Savage set and a crit damage set. Decent stats. I haven't went with the best gear that I have, but she's still very powerful with the stats that we have right now. 6.6k attack, full crit rate, 275 crit damage. If by any chance you are planning to remove a shield, you can actually get a bit of accuracy on her too. These are the masteries that I have on her, offense and defense 3. I want to have a bit of a counter attack, and Smasher as tier 6. So that's kind of like how my Ayanica looks like. The next champion that could potentially be one of the best or the best that we have at the moment. Baron. Now, why Baron? So Baron has this secret skill, okay? Attacks all enemies, deals pure damage. Pure damage, he doesn't care about anything, will ignore shield and block damage buffs. This all around makes it pretty damn powerful. Pure damage means that it ignores defense, just doesn't care about much, so you don't really need Savage for this specific skill. With the A1, you have a chance to unlock it. The A2, you have a chance to unlock it. Plus, this defense down is guaranteed. It's just gonna go through everything, okay? This champion doesn't care. He's gonna land that defense down regardless. And this skill right here deals pretty good damage, and it has a higher chance to unlock the Sky Piercer, okay? The Sky Piercer doesn't really have a cooldown, so you can unlock it multiple times. The aura increases ally attack in all battles by 33%. I feel like this champion is gonna be pretty damn powerful on Go second teams. It's gonna counter Warlord because of his secret skill that's not unlocked. He's gonna be able to ignore the shield and do tons and tons of damage. Now, of course, probably you're wondering, but they might have Stone Skin. Yeah, they might, but you know what? You can let them take their turn and then use the Sky Piercer, because anyway, you're gonna have to take 1 or 2 turns, or 3 turns, depending on how lucky or unlucky you are, to unlock the secret skill. And that's when he comes in place. So I feel like Baron, he could potentially be an absolute beast of a champion. Now, I have him built on random gear because I'm honestly not using him at the moment, only in Faction Wars. His build is actually awful. I definitely need to change this. Masteries, I do have offense, defense 3, and I have Helm Smasher for the A1, A2, or A3. That's why I have Helm Smasher on him. Probably, I would build him either on Stone Skin, depending on what other champions you have to go with him in Arena, or build him on a crit damage sets, fatal sets, stuff that increases his attack and crit damage a lot, because you wanna smack with his secret skill, you know? So that's Baron. He does have the A1 pretty interesting as well, which I kind of forgot to cover. Similar with Dracomorph, you know, he's kind of like gonna splash the damage on to the rest of the enemy team. And before, I actually used to have fun and one-shot the stage 15 boss on keeps and stuff like that, because it was pretty fun as a champion. The next champion that I want to talk about is gonna be Mountain King. Now, that's just because he's here at the top. I don't want to scroll down, scroll back up. I really don't think he's the third best option by any means, but I'm still gonna talk about him a bit. He is a pretty powerful champion. His A3 will ignore shield and block damage, but he's only a single target on a 4-turn cooldown, which doesn't make him the best option for offense. Now, if you don't have any other better options to deal with the bolster set, depending on what team you're attacking and how is your situation with Arena, you might want to consider to use him. I feel like he's going to be pretty powerful on a bolster set in defense, you know? I feel like Mountain King is definitely going to fit a great role for that, you know? I wish I would have mine at +4, unfortunately I don't. The rest of the skills, single target ignore defense, single target damage based on HP attack, crazy high HP, that's what makes him so good for a shield set. You see, I have him on a normal shield set. I feel like it's gonna take a while till somebody's gonna be able to build a very crazy MK on a bolster set, or somebody needs to be extremely lucky with the pieces that he's getting from the forge, you know. This is mine. I have 140k HP, 2.3k defense, 183 speed, 101 crit rate, 208 crit damage. So pretty decent stats. I do have a broken set on him as well. I don't have crazy accessories all around. Masteries are not great. I need to change the masteries actually. I've just seen before what sort of masteries I had on him. I think I never changed them on this account, so they've been like this in forever. Probably I'm gonna go with tier 6 Helm Smasher. I might do a revisited guide on Mountain King. I used to have a Mountain King on Relentless that became pretty famous, but I haven't done a guide on Mountain King, so I'm definitely looking to do one on the channel, guys. Stay tuned for that. So this is Mountain King. What about other champions that can deal with our problem here? Another option would be no one else but Mortu Macab. Same situation like Baron, he has a secret skill. Now I have mine built in Stone Skin, and he's not necessarily the best option for offense, okay? Keep that in mind. Either though we can actually keep him like this for offense as well. I feel like he could potentially do the job. Basically, he has this secret skill that he can unlock Attacks one enemy 2 times, will ignore shield and block damage, as well as defense. Enemies killed cannot be revived. Now, this again is not AoE, is a single target. You can run double Mortu, triple Mortu even in your offense team, and you might be able to wreck the enemy team. Ignore the shield. It might not be necessary to go that far, but he can be a pretty good option. He has a speed aura for all battles, which is good. A1 single target, A2 AoE. Overall, he's not a bad champion, and it really depends on what other things you have available on your account and how many bolster sets you're gonna encounter, how many crazy teams you're gonna find. I know it's not gonna be all around in Arena as a meta, guys. It's not gonna take over all the tiers. Gold 4 is pretty easy to farm. Gold 5, almost the same situation there, you know, as long as you're in the lower points, not at the very top of a Gold 5. So you won't really have an issue there because there are a lot of weak teams that you can just one-shot through Stone Skin and everything else that they have, because they're kind of like battle teams. But when you're actually fighting a better team, an organized team, a well-designed defense team, you're gonna need to find a decent solution to the bolster problem, the Stone Skin problem, kind of like all around. So you really gotta make the right choices. If you go with double Mortu, if you gotta counter Warlord as well, what other things you gotta counter in there. So Mortu all around is fairly decent. I have him, how I mentioned, on a Stone Skin. I'm missing a bit of crit rate on him, unfortunately. 100k HP. Speed is where I want it to be, maybe a little bit faster. I'm just gutted for that 4% crit rate. So hopefully today I got some upgrades from Hydra. I actually didn't even manage to check that out just yet, but I'm gonna look into it. Decent crit damage. And Masteries, I have offense and defense. I actually have Flawless Execution instead of Helm Smasher on him. I'm pretty happy with the Masteries. Selfless Defender, since he's already in Stone Skin, he's gonna be soaking in some damage. We do have another legendary now. I don't have him built, so I'm actually gonna go at the index. Funny enough, I think I have 6, 7, maybe 8 copies of this champion. And that is Rowanas. Now again, he is a single target. Attacks all enemies with this skill, but a single target on the skill where he ignores shield. Attacks one enemy 3 times, will ignore increased defense buffs, shield buffs, and block damage, as well as 50% of the target's defense. A triple hitter from this skill can be pretty nasty. I'm not 100% aware of his multipliers, but just looking at the skill all around, no way a champion is gonna survive this if you build him with decent stats. So this is another decent option as a champion, but it's only single target. It's not like you're gonna run a double Mortu or anything like that, you know. This one right here, a single target. Again, nothing too crazy. He does have decent base stats, not as good as a Mortu, but again, you can use this champion if you don't have better options, and then you have an AoE stun from his entire and then you have an AoE stun from his A3, which is definitely gonna be pretty nice, but you need accuracy for that, and if you're focusing on damage, it's gonna be pretty hard to make that work. We have a couple of epic champions that are worth mentioning, and I feel like they will see a bit of a value surge if is required. So we're gonna have Lua. Lua, I think she is from the Dark Elves actually, not from the High Elves. She doesn't hit that crazy, okay? So the A1 attacks one enemy, inflicts extra damage, so kind of like making it AoE. The A2 attacks all enemies, she gets a bit of a heal. The A3 attacks one enemy, decreases the target's stun meter, and ignores shield and block damage. So this is a sniper hit, you know, it's gonna destroy with this hit. Very powerful multipliers on this, and she can ignore shield and block damage. Again, you could run double snipers. The thing is, why I'm not a big fan of snipers anymore, so it's a bit harder to go second with champions like this, you know? And the whole idea is they're single hits, and if you're kind of like go first, you're gonna hit reaction, you might hit in Stone Skin as well next to that bolster set. So that's the kind of like the issue with the snipers, you know. Lua, she's not that easy to make on go second teams, you know. The next champion, the last champion that I want to mention is Faceless. So he's kind of like in the same situation with Lua. He smacks super hard with this skill, okay? Will ignore shield and block damage and defense with this. He deals so much damage, but again, it's harder to keep him on ghost second teams. It's a single target. You might need a couple of them to do the job. The good part about Faceless is that he ignores defense. So because of it, you might be able to build 2 Faceless on a Stone Skin maybe. Or build one on Stone Skin, carry the other one with a Necret if you have one available. Let the enemy team take a turn, drop the reaction, the Stone Skin, and then use this. But this doesn't counter Warlord, you know, so this skill actually, if you have decent stats on him, he's gonna obliterate enemies without increased attack. It's a very powerful one. I do prefer Faceless over Lua at any given time. These are kind of like the champions that we have available at the moment that are worth mentioning. They will see a bit of a value surge. Some of them will see a very high value surge, especially for Platinum Arena, unless Plarium releases some new champions that are kind of like wrecking these ones. You know, they're gonna look so much better than this that we're just not gonna use them, which I highly doubt. I strongly suggest you start purchasing your Ayanica from the clan shop if you haven't yet. Let me know which one of these champions you think is gonna be the best. You like Ayanica more, you like Baron with his Sky Piercer, you like Mortu Macab or double Mortu Macab. Which one of these champions you think are gonna play a more important role for Arena? I definitely guarantee you that the bolster set is gonna be very powerful for Arena if you combine them. Like any well-built defense is not gonna be 4 champions on Stone Skin, 4 on Swift Parry, 4 on something, because they have easy counters. Either you put a block debuffs, either bombs to everyone, either something else, and you're just gonna kill them instantly. But a good defense is gonna combine everything. It's gonna combine Stone Skin, bolster, something else, and that's gonna make it so damn hard to deal with, okay? Bomb champions are just useless against it. If you haven't seen it, check the video that I just posted around an hour ago. But yeah, guys, that was all for this video. I do want to hear your thoughts, so let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate all of you guys watching. If you do enjoy the content, don't forget to smash that like, subscribe for more content. I actually really appreciate it, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.